Welcome to the 5-Minute English Vocabulary Podcast. My name is Herbert Lee, and I'll be your host. Now you can easily improve your vocabulary without memorizing long lists of boring words, and still develop a powerful command of English. You'll learn the origin of words, or etymology, told as easy-to-remember stories. You'll also hear some jokes, and learn some idioms as well. Episode 20, Colorful English, Part 1. English has some very colorful vocabulary. Words involving color. Lots of phrases, expressions, and idioms using color. It's very useful to know them, particularly when you listen to other people, not so much when you want to use them in your speaking or writing. So it's very important to listen quite a few times to make sure they go into your passive vocabulary. Just a reminder, your passive vocabulary will always be larger than your active vocabulary, and it's necessary because you need it for when you read and when you listen. Your active vocabulary, you need it only when you speak and when you write. So really pack up your passive vocabulary so you will understand when people speak to you or when you read. This is part 1 of a 2-part series. Let's get started. Beet red. Very dark red, usually to describe someone's face. My sister's face turned beet red when I caught her singing in front of a mirror. Black and blue means bruised and beaten. We found the poor guy black and blue near the train tracks. Black and white means straightforward, very clear. The rules we gave the kids were black and white. No answering the phone or the door. Blackmail. The crime itself is probably timeless, but this word derives from the bad old days of border warfare between England and Scotland. Mail was once a normal word for rent or tax. Blackmail was the protection money paid to the gangs of outlaws who flourished in the frontier conditions. In a frontier condition, everything is survival of the fittest. There is no law and order. Blackout, now most commonly used as a synonym of a fainting fit or sudden loss of consciousness. The word originally meant the compulsory darkness imposed on cities in the Second World War in an effort to hinder the identification of targets by enemy aircraft. Black sheep, the odd or bad member of a group. My oldest brother was the black sheep in our family. Born with a silver spoon in one's mouth means you were born into a rich family. Keiko hasn't worked a day in her life. She was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Silver spoon in one's mouth. A silver spoon was a common christening present. A christening is when a child or a baby is taken into the church and baptized in a christening ceremony. But the parents of rich parents had no need to wait until the christening for such a gift. He would have the use of silver spoons from birth. Born in the purple. It was the custom of the Byzantine emperors that their children should be born in a certain room decorated with royal purple. Once quite literally meaning born in the purple room, it is now a metaphor meaning born into one of the families of the ruling class. Blue-blooded. This is a term of Spanish origin, associating aristocracy with paleness of skin, as proved by the degree to which the veins were visible through it. In these circumstances, the veins appear blue. Carte blanche. Blanche is French for the word white. In the case of a military defeat, the conquered party might have to place their signature on a carte blanche, or blank piece of paper, leaving the conquerors to fill in their own terms. Hence, the figurative meaning of giving someone freedom to act on behalf of others in any way they wish. The same idea is seen in to write a blank check. Catch red-handed. When you catch someone in the act of doing something wrong or illegal. The kids were caught red-handed stealing chocolate bars. Dyed in the wool. This phrase means through and through, the total reverse of superficial. This derives from the old textile industry. Cloth dyed in the wool, that is, before weaving, kept its color far better than is dyed in the piece. A dyed-in-the-wool criminal, then, was one not likely to change his character. All that glitters is not gold. Although Shakespeare put the sentiment into its most quoted form from The Merchant of Venice, we can trace it back 200 years earlier to Chaucer's Canon's Yeoman's Tale, which says as follows: "All thing which shineth as the gold is no gold, as I have heard it told." So, all that glitters is not gold means just because something has a gold-like appearance doesn't make it gold. This is also known as fool's gold. Golden opportunity. This is the perfect chance. The Models Conference was a golden opportunity for me to sell my beauty products. Green light. To get the green light means permission to proceed or go ahead. This derives from the railway signaling system, which was also taken up for urban traffic lights. To see the red light is to get a warning to stop. Modern rocketry is putting newer equivalents into circulation. The final command, all systems go, and the phrase, to have liftoff. Okay, so we're going to stop here for Colorful Expressions Part 1. Watch out for Colorful Expressions Part 2 next week. Until then, it's Herbert Lee saying bye for now.